Hey soldiers, do not let this happen to you. What we're going to talk about today is one of the reasons that I established this channel, okay? And one of the reasons why I am passionate about economic literacy and financial education, okay? Because what we're going to go over is absolutely tragic. But I got to tell you, most people in America, if they're not careful, are susceptible to this situation happening to them. And it is a terrible situation that I don't want anyone to find themselves in. And as soldiers of finance, I think that you all are on the right track trying to obtain this kind of information to keep you on the road to financial independence. Just wait until we go over this. Now, go ahead, hit the thumbs up. You guys do such a great job of that. It helps with the algorithm. Take the time to do that. I know your time is precious and I value it. That's why we're going to get into this. But hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, enlist, become a soldier of finance by hitting the subscribe button. Let me know you did that in the comments. I will salute you. Now, also hit that join button. Find out what we're offering down there. If you become a member of the Soldiers of Finance channel, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, this is the Netflix of financial education. The value in that aspect of our platform here is going to be, it is now, immeasurable. Check it out. All right, guys, so what we got going on here? We have unfortunately, a growing epidemic of homelessness, but particularly homeless senior citizens. Now, way back when this channel first started, we did a video. I'm going to tag you on it. Its production quality is poor. It's blurry. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're just giving you raw information. Okay, my personality hasn't decided to say, hey, look, just chill the hell out and just be you. Okay, I'm going to tag you on it. You might laugh, fine. But what you won't laugh at is a situation that one elderly woman finds herself in after not being prepared for the end of her income earning years. A lot of senior citizens are falling into the trap of homelessness, and it's growing, okay? Homelessness rates are rising among people age 65 and older. It is important that this audience understand not only how to stay out of that situation, but how to help friends and family avoid it as well, because we're all getting older, okay? None of us are getting out of this alive. And we're getting older, and there's going to come a time where unless we have established sources of income that are going to pay us in perpetuity, okay, while we sit back and play golf or ride around in a golf cart and somewhere in Miami or do our thing, okay, this could happen to all of us if we do not act as good stewards of our finances. In addition to the dangers unhoused people face on the street, there are exponential effects on their access to healthcare. Barriers to accessible housing mean that more seniors are exposed to deadly medical conditions and are less likely to receive the preventative care they need to treat existing chronic healthcare issues. So they're old, they're broke, they're sick, okay? When we're young, there are all kinds of opportunities that present themselves that allow us to change our situation. As we age, the ability to do that decreases. This is why these people are fine. Listen, one of the things that I do in order to generate income is with my one of my financial services licenses, I'm able to assist people in signing up for what are called Medicare Advantage plans. All right. Now, I'm not going to go into the, meat and potatoes of that. It's private companies offering augments to the Medicare entitlement program. Okay. Enough said about that. But within these programs, there are benefits such as like $50 to get groceries every month. You would not believe how many people that I speak to on a regular basis who need that food card. Seniors we're talking about, okay? I've had people say to me, literally, this is a quote, once I was able to get them that card, I've had people say to me, thank God, now I can afford to eat fruit again. Okay. I've had people say to me, yeah, I haven't had a steak in probably about 15 years. Okay. And look, there was this thing in Baltimore City where people were like, I think it was in, a federal legislative attempt at least, that welfare recipients should not be able to eat what were designated as premium foods, okay, like shrimp, steak. Those are foods, all right? So you should be able to eat whatever the hell you want. Now, if I were on a fixed income and things were inflating in price the way they are, I probably would not be, eating porterhouses 5 days a week simply because I know I'd run out of food because those things are expensive, right? But my point with that is people are struggling so badly out here, older people, that it's resulting in them missing meals, okay, or deciding between meals and healthcare. Those are real situations that one can find themselves in if they don't do right with their money, the thing that we concentrate on here at this channel. So people over 65 are part of a vulnerable population. That's obvious. They experience higher rates of chronic diseases, lack of access to preventative care, and are more likely to struggle to get nutritious food. Housing insecurity exacerbates these problems, and a snowball effect leads to greater chances of adverse health outcomes. The number of seniors experiencing homelessness is expected to continue to grow over the next decade. It's growing, people. It's not abating. In 2019, a study was published by the National Alliance to End Homelessness. It focused on senior populations in 3 major American cities: New York, Boston, and Los Angeles. Studying these populations actually helped the experts predict the increase in homelessness rates among seniors, the cause and effects of housing insecurity among older people, and what subgroups need in order to eliminate homelessness. Now, they studied New York, Boston, and Los Angeles. Let me tell you what the difference in those cities are. New York and Boston, my, do they get cold, especially Boston. They get cold. I remember traveling to Boston for work at one point, and the way that Logan Airport is, you can go downstairs, and you never really go outside to get a cab, okay? At the time I was there, you went down into a lower level, you got the cab, you were still in, a covered space. So it's February. We're going to the hotel after I got off the plane, came downstairs, I'm in the covered space. I'm in the cab, we're driving to the hotel, and I'm seeing all these people with these scars, like up to here, okay? And I'm like, come on, man, it's not that cold. Everybody's got them on, though, right? But as I'm driving through the city to the hotels, we're riding, everybody's got these scars on. Come on. So I get to the hotel, and another, covered way, and I go right in. I really didn't get a chance to feel the atmosphere. So I said to myself, oh, well, the office is only 4 blocks away. I'm going to walk to the office and get started on work. And I got out in that cold, and I was running like maybe a vampire would when the sun's coming up. I started running. I passed a Joseph A. Bank clothier. Guess what I did? I went in there. I stopped in there. And I bought me a big-ass scarf, and I wrapped it around myself like this, like everybody else. So Boston and New York get definitely cold. Los Angeles is a little bit more easy to deal with in terms of climate for homeless people in general, homeless seniors in particular. According to the research findings, the rates of homelessness among seniors aged 65 and older in each city studied have increased annually since 2011. Steady increase, okay? 65 and older. I'm nowhere near 65. I don't want to be out on the street at any age, right? All right, so these populations are growing. The causes include the baby boomer generation has lived through its share of economic instability, multiple recessions, increasing inflation, and rising housing costs may be among the culprits for the financial crisis facing this group. I'm also going to let you know that part of the reason why some of these people are in this position is because they didn't prepare financially, okay? And I can tell you I know that because, again, going back to my experience of working with the Medicare clients on their needs, I can tell you, quite frankly, there are people that tell me, hey, Tyrone, look, I prepared, okay? I prepared. I put money in the 401k and I did this and I did that. What happened? Talk to them and I say, well, with that 401k, did you ever anticipate the taxation that would be, coming out of there once you started to withdraw? No, Tyrone, I just looked at my balance and I never took taxes into account. And so a lot of people live this lifestyle before retirement based on a figure that didn't account for state and federal taxes in their qualified retirement accounts, coming out of those accounts. Yeah, it goes in and they give you a tax break up front, but we're talking about the U.S. government here, guys. When it's time they're going to get the taxes at some point. And we talked about it extensively. These qualified accounts where you get the tax break up front and get to lower your taxable income in the now. Well, when that tax debt comes due, there's a great chance, especially for everyone heading into retirement today, there's a great chance the taxation will be higher on income by the time this generation starts to retire. So you got people that are out on the street. They're elderly. They've got tuberculosis, alcohol and drug abuse issues, HIV infection, okay? And these municipalities are doing things like housing them in these temporary shelters. One woman in this article, older woman, was saying, she hates it in these places because she's packed in there with a lot of other people. They stole her belongings, just tragic stuff. She doesn't feel safe, okay? Arguments break out and people get into, fisticuffs, okay? Because a lot of times these places are not exclusively for the elderly, right? Sometimes they mix in the elderly with people who have substance abuse problems. Or sometimes maybe the elderly has the substance abuse problem or some mental issue, okay? And that creates a volatile situation. A volatile situation when you're supposed to be in your golden years enjoying the fruits of your labor. So what's the cautionary tale here, guys? Look, stay on the path, all right? Reject conspicuous consumerism. Now, I don't have the data, but I would argue that I'm right on this. I bet you a lot of these people had the flyest cars, had the freshest clothes, okay? Did the vacation circuit like nobody's business, and thought that 401k's got me, I'm contributing 8%, I'm good, right? And here we are, okay? Then if you are someone with assets and you hit the right or the wrong medical situation and you can't afford it and you think Medicaid, a state needs-based program, is going to be out there for you, they're going to say, yeah, we're here for you. Once you divest yourself of all of your assets, we'll let you keep your primary residence, but everything else has got to go because you've got to demonstrate a need. So you've got to impoverish yourself in order to get help from the state, okay? So don't think that there's some magical government savior that's going to come in on a white horse to keep you out of poverty and potentially homelessness. Listen, guys, these kinds of stories are what we need to hear sometimes because we need the motivation, some of us, to stay on the path. And I'd rather you be or have the hell scared out of you right now than getting to a point where you're like these unfortunate souls mentioned in this article. All right, guys. So what I want you to do now is I want you to check out this video. JP Morgan, they're saying, look, we don't like your religious views, so we're going to have to go ahead and cancel that bank account. They're not the only bank doing that. This is a disturbing yet developing and growing trend. Check out the video. Guys, I'll talk to you soon.